Magazine Manager and Reports. Released with our 2013 software enhancement package of Magazine Manager, we included the new Report Suite. The new Report Suite can be found under Reports, Report Suite, and then all of the new sales reports. These reports can also be found in Production, Ad Manager, Production Run Sheet, and so forth. You've possibly noticed recently there's a new inbox notification notifying you legacy reports have been removed from your site. And the specific legacy reports that have been removed are the old sales run sheet that were found in the sales submenu of the reports menu, the old ad manager, and the reports production submenu, and then the old production map detail that was found in the production submenu of the reports menu as well. Taking the first report, the old sales run sheet, instead of using the old sales run sheet, you can now use my run sheet here under quick links on the left hand column, or you can go to reports, report suite, and sales run sheet. The new sales run sheet in Magazine Manager is infinitely more powerful than the old sales run sheet. One issue that we had with the old sales run sheet is that it would not display products that were not on a schedule. So for example, your digital products and other products that weren't necessarily on schedules were not showing up on the sales run sheet. So with the new sales run sheet, you have two options. You can run the sales run sheet for a given time period and find all the contracts with products with issues or without issues. I'm going to go ahead and reset the search criteria here and see that the first time you go into the sales run sheet, you can search by product. You can search by product type, only digital or print. You can search by business unit. So if you have digital and print products all together within a business unit and you want to run a sales run sheet on that business unit, simply select the business unit. Let's take a very basic example. So we're going to look at our Organic Delights product. This is our flagship magazine. And I want to look at all sales for all rate cards. And I want to look for all sales reps. And I'll look at this report because it has issues with issues. I'll select the issues from the drop down, the years from the drop down. We'll choose 2012. And I'll choose my December 2012 issue. And just very basically, not taking into account all the other options we have over here, I can just run that report based on the product, all sales rep, 2012, and a specific issue, and press search. All of my contracts now show here on my new report. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, where are my totals? I used to see my totals on my sales run sheet. Your totals are 2 clicks away. Options, show totals. These are all the totals that you were used to seeing before. Total number of ads, total cash, total rate card sales versus the total net sales, total pages. A lot of these totals that you were used to seeing before, you can now display in a pop-up. Or if you prefer to see things printed, you can actually print this report with totals, and it will show all the line item details, and it also brings up your print dialog for you too. It'll show you all the line item details for this run sheet along with all of the totals at the bottom here. So you haven't lost your totals. They're just in a little bit different place, but they're all here. One of the great things about this report now that you couldn't do before is you can actually customize your column setup. So if you want to see the page number, as your pages are laid out in Digital Studio, you'll be able to see the page numbers where these insertions and contracts are actually mapped out and planned in Digital Studio. If you want to show the description or maybe hide the position or show sections, you can customize this column setup any way you want. Once you make the customization choices, don't forget to come down to options and save your column setup so that every time now you run your report in the future, your columns will appear the exact same way as you last defined them. Now we can perform a new search, and let's say, for example, I'd like to see in December all of my products, both digital and print, for December 1st to December 31st. So under products, I'm going to select all rate card, all sales rep, and under here I'm going to choose both products with issues and without issues. So I'll choose both, but I also need to choose a date range for this report. So I'm going to go back to December because I know this is where I've got a lot of good data. December 1st, 2012 to December 31st, 2012. And I don't have to set anything else. I can press search. And now I have a run sheet for all of my digital and my print products for December 2012. Photography tips, I have some trade shows, I have Organic Delights, I have print products, digital products in here. Everything's listed in here together, both print and digital. Your existing, the old sales run sheet that was just removed from your site could not do this. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'll come back to my sales run sheet under the report suite. Here, sales run sheet. And notice the sales run sheet has saved my settings from the last time I ran this. Now let's go back and let me show you some more power of the new sales run sheet. I'm going to go look at my Organic Delights one. I'm going to look at my product with issues. I'm going to choose 2012 and December again. And now let's explore some of the options over here. So under the options, I can mark or do not mark items that are new that were added today, this week, or this month. I'm not going to mark any new items because this is kind of old data. If I had barter included, I show and include a barter column on this report if I wanted to. I could check the credit balance on this report or not display the credit balance. You can also use the net or the net on issue as it's actually on this issue, or the start date. What the difference is here is that if you use the billing and installment amounts, let's say for example a contract is broken up over 3 months and we're looking at December, but the contract was paid for December, January, February. If we use the net on the start date, it's going to use the entire net for December. It's going to choose that entire amount. But if you want to look at real cash revenue for this issue, for this date range, you can use the billing installment amounts for that month, and it'll only give you what revenue you're recognizing during that month. So that's a great new powerful feature we didn't have before. You can show all of the results on one page, or you can show just 20 results on a particular page. All right, and then you can press search. Let's take a look at another report in the report suite. Many of our clients were requesting sales by product or even sales by customer. All right, let's take a look at sales by product. So if I look at my sales by product report, I'm going to select our flagship product, Organic Delights 1, and I'm going to look at this product with issues, so I can choose 2012 and I can choose December of 2012. Now some of my grouping options for this is I can group by month, by day, by issue, by quarter, by year. All right, so I'm going to change, actually I'm going to decide, I'm going to change my my search criteria a little bit. I'm going to look at all issues for 2012. I want to group my revenue by issue, and I want to show barter and cash, and I want to see a comparison. How did my 2012 issue do compared to my 2011 issue? So I'll set these as I've just done, press search, and here are my results for my Organic Delights 1 January 2012 issue from the prior year, percent change. We didn't have any sales in the prior year, unfortunately, so we don't have some of those changes. But notice here, the items here that are actually hyperlinked or that are in a blue here. This report is known as a drill through or drill down report. So you can click, let's take a look at December 2012. And we have $85,000 in revenue for this issue. Well, what were the details that made up this $85,000 in revenue? I can click that, and here are all of the insertion orders, all the contracts that made my $85,000. I can also click even further into the description column here and actually look at the contract itself. And here is the actual contract record. So we were able to drill from the issue total all the way down into the actual contract that made up part of that issue total. So this incredibly powerful feature of the new sales run sheet is something that we're very proud of, and we hope that everyone has an opportunity to experience and to use. We understand that removing reports that people have grown accustomed to can be difficult as a process of change, but we encourage you to take a couple of weeks and take a look at these new reports and see just how powerful these reports are. You may be a little overwhelmed at first, but don't let it be overwhelming. Just go into the report suite, sales by customer, and start in the upper left side and choose. So we'll search for our customer, SL Powers. They're a pretty active customer. Let's see what they've purchased last year, 2012. Press search. We're going to group their results by month, and so we see they were a little bit light in the early part of the year, but then their advertising dollars, their spending picked up toward the fall, and so we can click into the $7,000 amount here and take a look at these are the contracts that they purchased. And you can see in what product, the description, what type of contract they had, and how much it cost. So the sales by customer is a really beneficial report. You'll notice that the inbox notification also says the old ad manager is no longer in the production submenu of the reports. It's actually now in the production menu under ad manager. By this point, you should be familiar with the criteria selection interface here. So if you want to look at the ad manager for your organic delights and you're working on this issue 2012 December, and you want to take a look and see at what all ads exist here. Here are your ads in your ad manager, and you can go down and do everything you normally do in ad manager with this. The third legacy report of the three reports that have been removed and been replaced by more sophisticated, more robust reports is the production map detail report found in the production submenu of the reports menu. This report can now be found on the production menu, and it's called the production run sheet. It's very similar to the sales run sheet, but it is now the production run sheet. And we're going to go 2012, and let's take a look at the December issue again. Again, you have your special sections, your ad sizes, different criteria that you can select to view this report. Press search, and here's your new production map detail, production run sheet. You see the page number, the pickup from information, sales rep. Let's say as a production manager you don't necessarily need the sales rep. You can certainly enable or disable these columns just as you did on any of the other reports. Everything is color in our shop, so we're going to deselect color, and then we'll be sure to go to options, not forget to go down to options, save column setup. And every time you run your production run sheet now, it is here for you. So that's just a very brief overview of the new set of reports that took place of the old sales run sheet, production map detail, and then the new location and the new ad manager. If you have any further questions or would like further discussion about these reports, feel free to reach out to your software consultant. We're here, we're ready. Thank you so much for being a customer of the Magazine Manager and Miraval Technologies.